Hey bro, $5 for a sharing session.
Huh? $5 only?
$5 very big already. You also give $5 what?
Yeah, that's true lah. But I was expecting $10 or more. Actually, I got another question. Nick, what are you doing here? Yeah, so I keep up.
Okay, keep.
Okay, thank you. Can use for my next video.
Wow, very good. I love it. Okay, so guys, welcome to another episode of Uncut, and today we have the king of street interviewer, Jeremiah from Tropic Monsters.
Wow.
So, Jeremiah, we always seen your videos and I really love how you evolve. Can you please share a little bit more about yourself?
Okay, so before we get into all of that, right, I just want to say shout out to this guy right here, Nicholas Cho. I mean, like, when I was starting out doing street interviews and all that, I think 2018, 2019, he reached out and offered to sponsor us clothes, which I was so grateful for, and I didn't have a proper chance to thank you.
You have something going on for you, and I think you really work hard.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love your content lah.
Yeah, it means a lot lah.
Right.
So a bit touched. Okay, introduction about myself. So my name is Jeremiah. I run Tropic Monsters, or actually the company we branded Tropic Media. So Tropic Monsters is one of the channels that we create content for. We also have another channel called Tropic Tidbit, where we do like podcast-ish type of videos. Then we have another Tropic Street, where we focus mainly like street quiz, street challenge, etc.
Yeah, so the podcast is the one I see you always asking lame jokes lah.
No, the lame jokes one is my own personal page lah. Yeah, I go on the MRT, that one is it. Yeah, that one is my own personal page. The podcast one is the horror. I don't know if you see, like, we share about horror stories, we share about like anything interesting lah.
That's really nice, because I think when you first started, you're just doing general content.
Yeah.
Like no direction lah. But that's how you see someone grow. You see, and I think the consistency is the thing that I feel makes you very different from people who are just in it for the instant gratification. So how was your journey?
Yeah, I think like what you said, like it was a bit no direction, because I have a lot of ideas. I got ideas on a street interview, like, I got ideas comedy, I got ideas do podcast or whatever lah. So now it's like, that's why I create so many different channels, so that because social media you need to
diversify.
Yeah, diversify. So that's why I have these channels. Okay, but on how I started, so I always had interest in media lah, in film, and when I ORD'd around 2012, 2013, back then all the old school channels, I would call it, like Wild Banana, NOC, like the OGs. I saw what they were doing and I thought, hey, I can do it as well. So 2013 is when I first set up the channel on YouTube. I thought of a name, okay, Tropic, because like our weather, climate is like hot, it's like a branding, like, oh, we are in tropic country, or tropic. And then Monsters, because like,
You are a monster.
Maybe look like a monster lah, but no lah. A monster, because I wanted like a mascot lah, so I had Tropic Monsters. But then after that, I went to do corporate for a while, because I
cannot do corporate.
Yeah, right. I couldn't. I was like conflicted also, because I think not really me lah. So when I was the reason why I did like corporate is because I wanted to earn money. I did sales to eventually set up a production company lah.
Not selling Conti cars, right?
Oh, the video. Yeah, I think he really enjoyed the video. Yeah, Conti car must stick with the wall. You got that picture or not? I think in your industry, very important. The one that picture.
I'm not. I'm low key.
Low key.
Low key. Yes.
Right. Selling tech actually. I was in tech, and then, but then eventually I thought, I said I wanted to do
media lah.
Yeah, media, and then about 2016, 2017 is where I got more serious into it. But it's been a long journey for me. I think now about almost 10 years already. And yeah,
that's good. That's nice. So I think, like, you have been this for 10 years. So at any given point in time, did you, or rather did your parents question your move or not? Like, bro, get a proper job, like, fuck this shit.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So how do you do it?
Until now, they're still questioning.
They still question.
Hey, you sure you're gonna do this?
But what is your reply? Like, of course, action or result is the best answer to all these questions.
Yeah, correct. Because just the other day also, I was having a conversation with my mom about this topic also. Because
it's like, hey, grow up lah, don't go and do all this stupid shit lah.
Yeah, because this industry is very new to especially their generation, where it's like hard
make money, man.
Exactly, what is content creation? What is social media? They don't even know the concept of social media or even doing videos for fun.
Yes.
You know, at the start we do for fun. You know. But I think over the years, you know, after so many years and doing it, there's some track record. Eventually, she understands that I can make a living out of it, but she still doesn't understand what I do. Like she's like, huh? What I do actually?
Is it just like make videos and post?
Yeah,
online?
she just knows that it's make videos, but she don't know how the industry works. So it's so new to the generation. But I feel like, if I were to do it again, you know, there's always, I think it's my fault also. Like I didn't explain it properly to her, and
I think there's no problem for a lot of youths.
Exactly.
So when I was doing what I was doing back then, my parents also didn't understand what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they thought I was doing drugs or some funny, shady shit, right? So until the day where I sat them down and said, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is my plan, this is how I'm going to do it, then they're like, okay.
Yeah. Correct. I think they just want to see like a business plan or like what's the plan, how you're going to earn money from
it in a way whereby they know how to understand from their perspective.
Because they're just worried about you, right? Yes. About us. So I think a lot of youth, as I was before, like just like, you don't understand one lah, you know, I will show you, prove to you.
But nothing lah, no concrete evolution.
Exactly. So like the reason my mom still doesn't know what I'm doing, I feel it's my fault lah.
Then in this case, would you say that this is something that you're going to be doing for the next, so now you're what, 32? Right.
Okay. Yeah, correct.
So what do you think? Do you think that you'll be doing this for the next 5-10 years? What's your plan? Like, how do you evolve from here?
Yeah, I mean, I can feel the age catching up. Like, as compared to when I was younger, obviously, you know, going out for shoots for extended periods of time, the energy definitely is less lah. So obviously, I've been making plans on like the future as well. So I think in the next 5 years, my plan is to obviously still grow the channels that we have, but more importantly, create a company that is self-sustaining that don't need to rely so heavily on me. Because now I feel like...
But you are the face of the company, ma. So
yeah, that's something which...
it's always a struggle, right?
Yeah, that's a struggle.
Because people always say it, but you're not here, you know?
Exactly, like when clients come, they also find... Yeah, correct. So there's something which I'm working on as well, which is to grow talents, to, you know, front the company, or like... I can... Of course you can lah, I mean like... But you're too handsome lah. I think you steal the limelight from me.
Today we are just talking about shit.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it. Yeah, I don't pay you for this.
Not too much. You really need to give me the $5.
No, I mean, so talking about $5, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that, because you mentioned earlier that you used to give $2 for every question, and then now you increase to $5?
Yeah.
So that is inflation at its best.
Yeah.
So do you think in Singapore it's really hard now for people either to stay in Singapore, or also to make a living, or even just to, you know, carve out a niche for themselves, especially in terms of, you know, whichever career that they choose? But so happen that, let's say if they want to go into media, what do you think?
Whether Singapore is expensive or not?
Yeah,
I think definitely it's Singapore. We are number one most expensive in the world. Number one, you know, totally how crazy is it?
Yeah, it's expensive, but you know, I mean, there are always ways lah. So what do you feel that, you know, you have been doing, or rather, how do you deal with that?
Okay, I feel like in Singapore, the pressure to be successful and to be rich is very high. Like for example, if you meet someone new, you have a conversation with them, eventually you'll come to like, oh, what do you do, or like
where you stay,
and then they will judge you based on like where you stay, what you drive, or like even the clothes you wear. And even if you meet friends, family, everyone it's like talking about comparing or like talking about how to make money or like, you know, what's the next big thing. There was this client that I met recently. They asked me, okay, this client is also like a friend lah. He asked me, oh, so you're doing content. How is that going to make you rich? He asked me this question. And I felt like, wow, okay.
Then
like,
time to fuck off.
No, I mean a client. I mean,
but also friends.
Yeah, also
So
friends.
it's like
So
asking to fuck off halfway.
halfway, like fuck off, but fuck in. Yeah, so it's like he asked that question. It made me think like, must that be the goal? Like when you're doing something, like must that? Obviously, in Singapore, you have to make money, right? If not, like you do for what, right?
But as a client, then you could ask him back, ma. Are you going to pay me enough to make me rich by doing your content?
Yeah, I mean that's what he hopes lah. Like the content can make him rich for doing his business lah. But yeah, I just feel like Singapore is stressful. That everyone thinks they have to be successful before they settle down, before they have kids, and that stress is getting to me a little bit, like in the sense of thinking for the future.
Now I see a bit of stress.
Yeah.
I don't know, is it because you are kanjiong stress or stress because of the... But you have plans to get married then. Of course, then that's always the next thing people are going to ask, right? You're in the 30s, then you want to...
I had.
Okay.
But that one is a personal topic. Yeah, I mean, but definitely...
This is uncut, bro.
Oh shit! Must edit. Cannot cut.
No, I cannot cut.
Oh, it's all the way.
You must tell me.
Okay, definitely. My plans are. I always want to get married, have kids. That's my eventual dream lah. You know, to have kids, because that's the way of life.
That's Singaporean dream.
That's the Singaporean dream. But I would say. Right now, that's not my priority.
Okay.
Because it's the money thing, or like to set up a career.
Well, of course, there's always the argument, but you're never ready.
Correct.
You know what I mean? You'll never be ready.
Yeah.
Then when you have the kid married, then you be ready, forced to do more. So in this case,
I guess that's my mistake as well.
Which in this case, then if you are saying that you're not ready in terms of money, what is enough then?
That's true lah.
What makes you ready? Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. So how much is enough?
That's true lah. I mean, who knows what is enough?
Yeah, correct. So how much is it?
Not say, you know, if you have a family and then you have to stop your career or whatever. But how much is enough? Oh, that is
because now that you are really having a certain level of success in your business,
correct.
Then how do you work towards that to overcome that barrier, man? Yeah. So how? You feeling hot?
A bit stressful. Become like therapy sessions. No lah. Okay. How about you? I drive back. No lah.
No, you can drive back. I think that the reason why I'm asking is because I don't think that it's about being ready. It's about when you are able to do it, whether you want it, but not set by the boundary of certain benchmarks. So let's say if you're ready, you think that you want to get married because you want to have kids, but you want to, then go for it.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to set by, say, oh, I need a certain amount before I can get married, I need a certain amount before I can have a kid, it may not happen.
Yeah.
Because you're waiting for that, and whichever comes first. Of course, if you are fortunate enough to have said, oh yeah, I make 10 grand a month now, okay, I'm ready. But then having 10 grand, when you're ready, you may not have someone there. Or when you have 10 grand and then you are already there, but you can't have a kid for whatever reason. So then it becomes, hey, how? Then you have a lot of wasted time.
Yes, that's true. No, I mean, okay. The truth is, I've always thought that, I would, because, raising a kid is not easy also, or like, settling down with a family and all that, especially with the house, especially with living in the most expensive city in the world. So I always thought that my plan was to have the company be self-sustaining enough, so that I'm comfortable and I have enough time to, because I don't want to raise a kid
under stressful
environment, or like I neglect,
or you just
I just work and go for shoot.
Daddy issues, kids lah.
Correct. Then they grow up, they like yearning for daddy love.
Understand.
So
because you're a guy, you know how to deal with girls with daddy issues.
Oh. I think that's more of your department.
You always turn back to me.
Back. No, but I would say time-wise, I would say you're right. We only have a limited time to be able to have kids or do all these things. So time-wise, I would say 35 is a time where I would like.
It's about there already lah.
Yeah, I think I better go
try to do whatever it takes. Okay. I mean, that's what a lot of young people are thinking about nowadays. I'm not ready. This is what my age or whatever. So I think this is really to understand how youths that in your age group think.
Yeah, I don't think I'm youth.
Actually. Youth lah. Below 35 is considered youth.
Really?
Yeah. I just thought.
Okay. Old youth.
Yeah, it's youth.
It's okay. Okay. Yes.
So
still young.
Yeah, you're still young.
Yes.
So I think the next question seriously is just to really understand that how are you working towards that? Like, how are you working towards that? And then currently where are you staying? Are you still staying with your parents, your own place?
Yep, I'm still staying in my family home. In terms of property, I have no plans to buy a property yet because in Singapore if you want to buy a BTO, you have to be 35. Right?
No, you have
single.
Single. Like either that or you get married first.
Oh, you get married.
The fast pass to buy a property.
Exactly. Then
for HDB lah.
Yeah, for resale lah, right? So in terms of property wise, actually I'm looking into investing in commercial property. So maybe you can find.
Definitely. Always here. Yeah, but let's not go too much into that. Yeah, but I'm talking about more like So you by investing in a commercial property, you're looking at buying something for your office. Are you renting your office now?
Now renting office, but actually looking commercial property more for like investment.
For investment, to rent out lah.
To rent out and stuff. But for me, actually, what was the question? Right. I forgot the question. Now I talk about commercial property.
Talking about how you're going to achieve that. So let's say you may have diversified in your business already. So you may have different channels. But now the next step will be like on top of that, then you were talking about investing in commercial, not so much on residential.
Yeah, not so much on residential at the moment.
So what does that come into play in the whole grand scheme of things?
Right. I mean, like I said, the pressure in Singapore to make money is very high. So there's always thoughts about passive income, right? This word in Singapore, I think everyone knows this word, passive income. During COVID, all the YouTube ad want to passive income, and everybody's passive. Things like yeah. So my plan is always to be to find a way so that I can live life comfortably while pursuing my dreams.
But are you pressured? Are you pressured? Not pleasure. Pressured into doing that because of society norms, or is something that you really want? Because you mentioned that you're pressured. The people are very pressured. They want to make this more money. But is that happy? Is there something that you're happy doing, or you just I'm trying to succumb to that pressure so that I'm doing this?
I think for me it's like I just want a life that I can live comfortably and be happy, because I think that's more important than being very rich.
Of course, I agree.
Or like owning like multiple cars, a nice house, but you have to continue.
Costly cars.
Yeah, must be costly car. Yeah.
I like that skin so much because it's ridiculously funny.
I should redo the skin.
Yeah, you should do it. We'll just do a playback of the video within this clip.
Yeah. Conti car must tell about the story, fetch the mom to the But I mean, more for me is like I want to set up my life so that I can be comfortable lah. So I have all these plans. Where I want to invest in property, I want to perhaps start a new business, grow my current company to be able to sustain on its own. It's all just to eventually live a comfortable life lah, because I don't want to be working until 60, 70 and then just retire for 5-10 years, then.
So I don't think people in our this generation it's a white generation. The idea of retirement may not be that much of a priority because I think it's about the quality of life. So you could even be working. I'm sure you'll be making content even when you are supposedly a retirement age, because that's what you love doing.
The content is like
it's your life.
It's your life.
So it doesn't really make more sense. It's just that whether you do it for the sake of doing it for livelihood, or you're just doing it because something that I like to do. So what do you have to say to creators to be out there if they intend to be in this industry?
Like up and coming creators.
Up and coming, or maybe because a lot of young people in this generation, maybe in the 8 to 15, they are very inspired by content that you guys put out.
Yeah.
And instead of being a doctor, lawyer, engineer in the past, now they want to be a YouTuber creator.
Yeah.
So I think you guys play a very important part in shaping their influencers.
Yeah.
So you're also called influencers, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So then in this case, what do you have to tell them? I mean, there are two ways to say. One is the harsh reality. You may not make it, or it may be tougher than you think.
Yeah.
So to this generation of kids, what do you think you have for them in terms of advice?
Yeah, it's crazy that now that you ask kids what do you want to be when you grow up, they say YouTuber, they say content creator. They just want to be like the personality they see every day on their phone, their iPad, etc. But what I have to say to them is, obviously, first of all, they have to do it for the right reasons, not just because they want the fame or they want the money. Yeah, because if you want just that, you will fail very easily, because it's not an easy job and it's not easy to be where they want to be. Like they say, I want to be a content creator, they imagine, Mr. Beast, or they imagine
the larger than life,
all that. But they don't know what goes on behind that to reach that point. So the passion or the want to create and the creativity has to come first, not doing it for the wrong reasons. But I would say it's a very crowded industry right now. Because everyone wants to be content creator. Everyone is doing something, and in fact, everyone is it's part of life already. Yeah, social media at this point in time is part of life. Everyone, whether they go holiday, they take a video, then they create a vlog.
Yeah, it's just
everywhere. It's just everywhere.
Very crowded.
Yeah, so I would say for the people up and coming, they thinking of wanting to be a content creator, to just go for it. To just try, because that is what's important, right? At least they try. And even though they might fail, because like you said,
it's not easy.
It's not easy, right? Even though they might fail, it's worth it, because they learn skills along the way, how to create content, which they can apply to anything in life. Because right now, everything is about content already. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about that. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy also to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Jeremiah, for sharing today. I think this is one part of Jeremiah that you don't see. He's very serious today. So every time we see him on screen, he's just, very happy, making a lot of jokes and all that. I think this is the part that we don't see. So treasure this moment.
No, but I mean, it's great.
Serious, it's a serious.
Is it very serious?
I think serious. I think this is the part that most people don't see.
Right.
Maybe the struggle and what's behind all that, all that fun and laughter.
Yeah.
I think that's very important, and I think it's a good session. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
So last but not least, any shout outs? I think you did a shout out for me just now. Thank you very much. But any other shout outs I think that you want?
Okay. Shout out to the OGs in the game who paved the road for us content creators right now. Shout out to the people watching who has been supporting my content since the very start, which has been, I don't know how long ago, I also can't even remember. Shout out to the real ones.
Yeah.
Shout out to the real
That's
ones.
real deep, but I think I know what you mean.
You have to be a real one.
Okay, Ken. So thank you so much, Jeremiah.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope our talk out session
perfect.
Was okay.
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So bye, guys.
Yeah. Bye. Thanks.